Another kill production.
You good, bro? You good?
I always do that. What's good, YouTube? We back.
What is good, YouTube? We are back. Week 3 happened. It came, it went. There's a lot of pain, a lot of dollars lost. I'm lying on my part. I do 10-cent bets on FanDuel. Naturally, he big baller. He be doing like $11. That's rich. That's too rich for my blood personally. But he's gonna talk about the pain that he went through. You know what I'm saying? In a little bit, but it came and went.
Wait, while you give your introduction, I really look forward to Tuesday nights talking football with you, because Wednesdays shut up. Wednesdays, like my middle school, they have football teams, so they play on Wednesday nights. Then we got Thursday night football, Friday's Friday, Saturday's college football, Sunday's football, Monday's football. Tuesdays is one of those weird nights where it's like, damn, there's nothing really to look forward to. But we got this ShabazzTV stream, So every Tuesday for the football season, something to look forward to, man. So yeah, thank you, Renell. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. I'm always excited for talking about football, man. But again, for as much we talk about football, much as we know about football, we stay getting wrong predictions. I went 8-8 this week. I call him Mike Tomlin. I call him 500. Definition of 500. You call him Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Now you went 7-9. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out. We tied in the series. 24 piece, 24-24. Man, there's a lot of pain. But before we do that, drop a like. Fuck all that. Yo, if you're ever in San Juan, you know what I'm saying? Word. Quick up gasolina, no Shakira. It's called a Parcher cocktail. It got rum, passion fruits, and natural flavors. It's 9% alcohol. It's an adult Capri Sun, man. If you ever in San Juan, they're at the grocery stores over there. Shout out to my roommate, Sienna. She's a flight attendant. She's amazing for Delta. If you're flying Delta, if you ever end up with her, tell her I send you. Tell her I said what's up. Shabazz family, we on that. But yeah, it's lit. You told me to put it on the stream. So I did it on the stream.
We did. Oh yeah.
But before we do that, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get right to oh shit. So Thursday night, it was a trash ass game. Not gonna lie, it was
prime time games this week, bro.
Was trash, but we're gonna talk about it. It was Browns. They beat the Steelers 29-17. Honestly, should have been 23-17, but that last second fumble at the end, which counted towards 90 stats, which is fake. While I lost one of my matchups, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now in fantasy. Honestly, bro, it was a good game for Amari Cooper. Like, a lot of people were sleeping on Amari Cooper. Like, oh, he was only worth a 6th-round draft pick, but that 6th-round draft pick is not going to do anything compared to what Amari Cooper did. He had 120. He had like a buck something, a touchdown. He was cooking. David Njoku. He was cooking. like a lot of people sleep on like the whole offense because of Jacoby Brissett, but I can only imagine how good this offense is gonna be when Deshaun Watson is back. If he could play at the level before he was out. He voluntarily was out last year, and now he's suspended. So I could just imagine, maybe not this season, but next season, that's amazing. And they got Nick Chubb the ball. That's what's the most important part here. He got the ball early. He set the tone off rip. Out here stiff arming dudes to the freaking floor. Like he was out here wilding. Kareem Hunt did his little thing, but the real story is about the Steelers, though, honestly.
I called it last week. I said, if you don't remember last week, you should definitely check out last week's show and come back here with the prediction. I think Jacoby Brissett did his he's doing what he's supposed to do. Serviceable, manage the ship. We know they talked about it so much on the broadcast that everyone knows that it's not his team. Everyone knows it's Deshaun Watson's team when he comes back. It's kind of like they have a clear succession plan. The Steelers don't have that succession plan. Everyone knows it's Kenny Pickett's eventual time. It's just when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Mm-hmm. And give credit to Mitch Trubisky. He tried, he did his thing, and George Pickens. Bro, that catch, like, everyone is like, they were saying it's Odell-esque. That was better. I think it's only where he was on the ground and, like, literally, like, I don't, great, fantastic catch, right? Deontay Johnson, right? Mitch Trubisky actually played a hell of a game. Like, if you actually watched the game, which you probably didn't. Nope. Right now, let me finish.
I got you again.
Mitch Trubisky is going to make a mistake. Actually didn't throw in interceptions. Should have been interceptions, but never did. There was a lot of plays where, like, okay, he showed maturity in the pocket. And there was a lot of balls, 2 receivers, and they had Butterfingers, hands for decoration. Like, the immediate one I think of was, like, they had the lead, and they were driving down the field, hit him in stride, in the breadbasket, drops it. So it's like, at one point, we want Kenny Pickett to start. He probably might start against the Jets this week because, like, it's been 10 days since they last played, get the first team reps going, and hopefully stir the ship. But, man, Steelers, they have a fantastic team, and you don't realize they can't get pressure without TJ Watt.
That's like, a fact.
They can't get
Swiss cheese in there, bro.
They can't get to the quarterback to save their lives. Now, the Cleveland Browns do have an amazing offensive line. You talked about Nick Chubb already. But, man, until TJ Watt comes back, I'm really concerned, can Minkah Fitzpatrick and Cam Hayward shut down, like, the defense? Because the defense is always going to be – Mike Tomlin's defenses typically are always going to be great. But the fact that they let David Njoku, like, basically kill them, like, in the middle of the field. Like, that's linebacker play. That's linebacker, and they don't really have a cover linebacker like that. So they're gonna figure it out because obviously it's the Steelers, and they always that's why it separates good coaches from great making adjustments. Mike Tomlin's the best at that mid-season adjustments, and we'll see. But we'll talk about more of the opportunity, the opponent they play next week, and we'll see. But credit to the Browns, they're 2-1, and hey, they steadied this ship for about 8 more weeks. The Browns might be a scary team in the playoffs, man. Who knows?
If they can make it, man, they can make it. We're going to talk about that, who they play tomorrow and matchups and all that. But I'm going to give you the spotlight.
Honestly, you don't got to leave, bro.
I don't got to leave, so talk to me, bro. Saints sold the bag. Jameis threw 350 with a TD. Chris Olave popped out.
Bro,
Mike Thomas was non-existent. Alvin Kamara, I know he came back from the rib. He fumbled, bro. Your defense actually they allowed 15 points. They allowed 15 points. If you tell me, team's gonna allow 15 points and they lose, that's insane. This is not 1990s. This is not early 2000s when those close games like that. No, like you had a winnable game. Will Lutz missed a couple kicks. So fumble 6.
Let me.
So for me, like, talk to me. Talk to the fans. Talk to the people.
So here's what happened. One, and this is hilarious. Renell can't stand Baker Mayfield. If you're a lifelong viewer of the channel, everyone knows that Baker Mayfield is probably like enemy number one for Renell. Mine is Mike Evans and then Marcus Peters, but that's neither here nor there. He had sent a message to the group chat. It was me, Matt, who's gonna be on the show tomorrow, and Renell with a group chat, and he's like, "Yo, Saints holding him to 90 yards or something like that."
That's no voice note.
And as soon as he says something slick, missed tackle, 60-yard or 70-yard touchdown for Laviska Shenault. Give credit to the Panthers. They took care of business. The defense is actually pretty great, underrated as hell. They can really stop the run and the pass really well. And I said it last week when we lost to the Bucks, and I'll say it again this week. Penalties, turn the ball over. That's what. And it's not penalties are like, oh, it's 1st and 10, and then like you didn't go anywhere on a first down run, and now it's 1st and 20, and then you got a holding call, 1st and 20. No, these are like back-breaking penalties, illegal chop blocks, pass interference on the offense. It's like stuff that are in our defense. Again, Renault's talking about defense held them to 15 points really because they had a fumble 6. But like at some point, it's like coaching matters. And I'm not saying Dennis Allen should be fired after 3 games. He's not, because he's still like defensive-minded coach. Like our defense is still great. And everyone's like, oh, Pete Carmichael, oh, he's not calling play. No, Jameis is hurt. He shouldn't be playing. We all love Jameis. He's so lovable. He has a lot of quotes. Everything he does is just hilarious. He's a meme. He's a walking meme. 8 W's, et cetera, et cetera. However, if you're hurt, you playing hurt is not helping the team. Like, he had 2 picks, like, and should have had probably more. Like Chris Olave, you talked about, there are a lot of bright spots. Like Michael Thomas was getting open. He got hurt with a toe. Jarvis Landry was getting open, getting the ball. Got hurt with the ankle. Traquan Smith came back from IR. Boom, concussion. So it's like, and then Marquez Callaway, boom, amazing catch in the end zone. Our team has to just play better. We can't and this goes with every sport. Well, not every sport, but football, every level. Middle school, high school, college, pros, or even Canadian, whatever league you're talking about. The 3 rules. Don't settle for field goals. We had a field goal block. So that's 3 points right there. We had a field goal miss. That's another 3 points. So that's 6 points right there, off rip. Then don't turn the ball over. That's obviously the biggest thing. Don't turn the ball over. And don't penalize yourself with back-breaking plays. That's it. Don't turn the ball over. Don't penalize yourself, and don't settle for field goals. That works for my team in Notre Dame. That works for the Saints. That works for the Ravens. That works for everywhere. Those 3 things. And the Saints just have to find a way to stop shooting themselves in the foot. Because once you do that, defense will win you games, but the offense has to score. And it's always to the 4th quarter where, boom, the offense picks it up after it took 3 quarters to wake up. Yeah. Keep waiting to the 4th quarter to finally have something going. We can't. And that goes for every team. We can't just keep being the cardiac kids, because eventually what happens with cardiacs and your heart keeps going and boom, your heart stops. At some point, we got to realize we got to start fast, start aggressive, and don't just wait till the 4th quarter to wake up. Be awake, keep your foot on the gas the entire game. And I know you're going to talk about your Ravens in a second, but second week in a row where started fast, started great, and then
not even. We're going to talk about that, but I disagree on that point.
But we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it though.
But yeah,
real quick about the Panthers though. I feel like, bro, they should be 0-3. But other side, a lot of people think they should be 3-0. So they're one of those teams where like they're losing the close ones. Like the Vikings last year, they easily, I think they were like 7-10. They easily could have been, like, I forgot the record last, but they were like out the playoffs. But like they were in like the most like one possession games all of last year. Them and the Ravens. Ravens managed to win those. Vikings managed to lose those. So imagine if the Vikings just one little thing here, one little thing there went in their favor, they easily could have been in the playoffs. Same thing with the Panthers. A 58-yard field goal in like the last seconds from the Browns, a rookie kicker, first game, they lost.
Last thing about this game, and we can move on. and more long term, like long thinking. Last 2 times Saints started 1-2. 2017, we went on like an 8-game winning streak, and then we lost. That's Minnesota Miracle in the championship game. 2020, we started 1-2. This is the COVID year. Rattled off like 8 straight again. So
that's what you're saying, huh?
Don't everyone writes off the Saints. Oh my God, the Saints are cooked. They did the same thing. 2020, Drew Brees' last season. Oh, Drew Brees can't get the ball down the field. They still managed with the NFC's probably like the 3 seed or the 2 seed. So we will be back. We'll be fine. It's only week 3, and we'll be fine. But next game, we got Bears and Texans, which
I don't even want to talk about it. Honestly, that shit was bad. I don't want to talk about it. But Justin Fields, he can't throw. He's acting like Jalen Hurts year 1.
Yeah.
Like and low key Lamar Jackson when he was the last like 6 games when he was a starter, he's acting like that all over again. Straight running the ball. He's not trying to throw it at all. But he's serviceable. Darnell Mooney, serviceable. David Montgomery got injured. I hope you're all right. Khalil Herbert came through, was like, all right, it's my time now.
Bro, the Bears have 280 yards rushing.
That is insane.
As a team.
I know. That's insane.
That doesn't happen in 2022. That shouldn't happen in 2022.
Good defense, which a lot of people was like, oh, they about to cook up. Everyone's about to cook. No, Roquan Smith, they gotta pay this man. Because he's the reason why they won that game. Pay that man, you Gucci. But the Texans, they're the Texans. We know that they're not good. They tied against the Colts. They low-key should be 0-3 right now. They low-key could go 0-16-1. They could. They honestly could. Because the way the Jags are looking, we're going to talk about them later. That's 2 losses right there. But you never know with football. So this game was trash. And you watch the game? Well, I didn't watch it. Red Zone had it on. There was a lot of back and forth, interceptions, fumbles, and all that. Credit to the Bears. They got it done. Now they top for first in their division. Shit, you can't really complain about that. Everyone was like, oh, they don't want to go like 2-15, 3-14. Like they're over, they're going in a good pace. And I'm pretty sure they got some. They play the Giants this week. Oh, no, the week after that, bro, there's winnable games in there, bro.
What about the Giants next week?
So, bro, what I picked them to win, I don't know. We don't know. We're gonna see tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. You got anything to add?
No, I mean just Justin Fields and like one of my coworkers, one of my best friends, he's a Bears fan, and he just is like, damn, like you take the wins when you could get them like that, where everything's ugly and it's like it's a perfect day in Chicago and it still struggles to pass the ball. It's like when you have a 280 yards rushing, you lead the turnover battle, you got to win the game, and they found the way to do it. So that's all that matters. You play to win the game. That's what Herb Edwards said, and it's true. Speaking of play to win the game, or any given Sunday, Chiefs Colts. Shout out AJ.
Yes, sir.
He didn't even pick the Colts. He was so pessimistic. He's like, oh man, Colts gonna get smoked. I didn't have any stake in the game. I thought the Chiefs were gonna win. They didn't. And I talked about it before. I was like, before we move on, there is a way the Colts can win the game. There is any given Sunday. It was gonna happen. You run the ball well because you still have a great offensive line, and you just stop Patrick Mahomes. And it's easier said than done, of course. But you play ball control, and it also helps when you're special team, bro. And Nick Wright got into this like the other day. The special teams for the Chiefs, bro, until Harrison Butker comes back, bro, like they might have to go for 2 every single time because that Amendola kicker ain't it. Right? They did a fake field goal from like the 30-yard line. If you're gonna do that, why don't you just go for it? Like, I'm not really upset with the Eric Bieniemy and Patrick Mahomes getting at each other because that's just competitive. Hey, I want to go for it. They're like, no, we got the lead. Let's chill out. We don't want to risk injury type shit. Like, I can see both people. I'm Madden. Fuck it, I'm going for it with 30 seconds left. That's me. I'm in Madden. This is Madden, not the real life. So Patrick Mahomes wanted to go for it. Eric Bieniemy was like, nah, and they got into it. I think they'll be fine. He gets into it with all his players, and that's why everyone loves him. But it's one of those things where it's like Colts snuck one. They snuck them.
They needed it.
They needed it bad because if they would have ended up 0-2-1 with how good the Titans looked yesterday, not yesterday, Sunday, how good the Titans overall looked, and then how great the Jags looked, that, hey, man, shit. But Colts did their thing. Jonathan Taylor finally had some showing, They did something, and they did this without Darius Shaquille Leonard.
Think he played?
No, he didn't. He didn't play. He was on the sidelines.
Oh, wow. But
So
Stephon Gilmore made plays.
All this without Leonard. So the Colts, man, they might frisk you up because if they come back, he comes back whenever he comes back, whatever he's dealing with. Hopefully he gets better soon, whatever he's dealing with. He was on the sidelines still. So hopefully he's coming back soon. But hey, that defense, they held it together. But maybe it was rust. Maybe because they had 10 days off and they just had a lot of rust and whatever, didn't practice a lot. That you don't overlook opponents. You never do.
Never.
And you get punched in the mouth. So good job, Colts.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's not really much to say about the Chiefs in this one. Yeah, it sucks that they lost, but they were bound to they're not gonna go 17-0. So they were bound to let one happen. Mistakes are avoidable. Special teams definitely is fixable. You just gotta wait because it's sprained ankle ain't nothing to play with, Like it was Drake that said it, like a sprained ankle, why ain't nothing to play with? Like from me, like you can't play on that. Like especially if you're a kicker who literally relies on your feet. That's insane. I don't know. I feel like Colts, they made the right plays when it happened. Everyone was like, oh, the Colts are gonna get spanked, and they was like, oh, shut up. Michael Pittman's a factor, bro. Michael Pittman's a factor. And I'm sorry for the crying baby. That is my cousin. So sorry about that. But yeah, bro, I have nothing to say. Like it's all about the Colts in this matchup because they got it. They earned the dub. They earned it. And Jonathan still hasn't had a JT game yet. And that's the crazy part. So they're 1-1-1, and JT, besides week 1, he has not touched the end zone. And that's wild because eventually he's gonna get it. Last year he started off slow, and then at one point it was over. So we just waiting for that one moment, and then JT's gonna get it. Shit. Preview for tomorrow. Who the fuck they played? They played the Titans. Yo. JT, big game alert. You heard it here first. But we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Moving on. The Bills let one slip. Speaking of let shit slip, the Bills let shit slip. Natural called the spread perfectly here. It was like 4.5. He called it. He ain't called for the Dolphins to win, but he was like, shit, if they lose, it's gonna be close.
It was 6.5.
It was 6.5. When I think it went down before the game time. Because I think Micah Hyde was out for the year. Injuries was piling up on him. So that's the valid excuse. However, more so I'm on the Bills side of this. I don't know if you want to talk about the Dolphins side. The Bills let it slip because if you combine for 400 yards, you had 90 plays and you only score 19 because the butt fumble. The butt punt. I'm sorry. My fault, Mike Chance. Yeah. The butt punt. You lost 21-19. All you needed was 3. You scored 90. You put 90 plays on the field. The players were exhausted, which is why upset alert Ravens tomorrow. Could half biased because I'm a Ravens fan, half biased because they're fucking exhausted. But yeah, bro, the defense did what they could. Tua did not have another good game. He made some good plays, which you're going to talk about, I think. But the Bills, bro, Josh Allen cooked, but only had 1 touchdown. That's crazy. Diggs was honestly a non-factor in the second half, more in the first half, especially that first drive. Devin Singletary, the Bills can't run the ball for shit, honestly. And that's going to be their weakness because everyone is saying the same stat, and I'm going to regurgitate it here. They're like 0-8, 0-7, 0-8 in one possession games in the last 2 years. So either they're winning by blowouts or they're losing. So that Mike Tyson, basically Colin Cowherd always says this analogy, and it's the perfect analogy. Mike Tyson, they're going to knock you out or they gonna lose by decision because he cannot fight long distance fights. They can't go, oh, we down. Let's try to come back and make it a no. They can't do that. They either gonna all. It's like you playing blackjack. You all in, or you gonna fold. That's what they gotta fix that. Because when you got Ken Dorsey in the freaking we got Ken Dorsey in the booth going bananas because Isaiah McKenzie low key should just ran out of bounds.
Yep.
Fucking, you gotta try a Hail Mary from something or a 60-yard field goal.
Run out of bounds or go down. Like, why are you trying to get cute?
Why are you trying to be cute with like 6 with no timeout, 6 7? Like, it's coachable. Those are fixable. Eventually, though. But Bills was can't wait to hear about how you feel when you lost to me in your fantasy league. Damn, that's tough. I don't know who you are. I forgot what league. I'm in like 6, 7 league, bro. You gotta refresh my memory. But for me, I lost a lot this week. I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot
every single matchup.
Damn. I know. I beat you. You were good.
David Montgomery got hurt and a lot of like just injuries. But man, the Dolphins stole one. Firstly, 2, it's one of those things where like you let your opponent shoot themselves in the foot. So all the I talked about earlier with the Saints, penalties, turnovers, and shit like that. Dolphins didn't turn the ball over. They did.
You would think they would have.
At one point in red zone, they had talked about like there was a broadcast on the broadcast itself. I didn't watch the broadcast, obviously. Saints game on my phone, like obviously. They were saying the Dolphins at one point, 28 minutes live time, did not touch the field. So that means their defense was exhausted, but the Bills couldn't capitalize. They had a fumble at the goal line. Josh Allen couldn't handle the snap. Bad clock management at the start at the end of the first half. You had a lot of just crazy-ish happen that game where it's like, damn, you hate to see it. Love to see it if you're a Miami fan because you have an explosive offense that didn't really – because everyone was thinking, oh, it's going to be like a shootout. It's going to be 35-31 type shit. No, 21-19. And, the point
said yes. I put it in the group chat. I was so – mad, bro. I was so mad, bro. I was heated. I know
what I must say about the Dolphins. The Dolphins defense, man,
sneaky good.
Dolphins defense, sneaky good, man. I might pick them up for the Thursday night game against the Bengals because they can get to the passer and they can start like your number one receiver. Because they talked about Stephon Diggs didn't really do much after the first quarter. Honestly, it was contained because Xavier Howard.
But to be fair, he was cramped. It was 100 degrees. Like, I know there's excuses. If you go on the field, you go and play.
Everybody has to deal with the same conditions.
Yeah, bro, you're right.
That defense was literally. I told it 28 minutes of live time. They were on the field, and the defense they bended it a little bit. They gave up a lot of yards, but you pay to score touchdowns, not kick field goals. Don't put in the. Then you have Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, couldn't get into the end zone. Still gonna win MVP potentially. Just a little speed bump, little speed bump.
Nah.
But here is the stretch of games, by the way, where I correctly guessed the spread. By the way, just gonna throw it out there.
Okay.
Next, we got the Lions at the Vikings.
Narrow.
The Lions should have won the game. They should have won the game, but then Kirk Cousins 1 o'clock prime day. 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins. And you know what's crazy? And we might talk about the Lions side of things. I know you're a Vikings fan, but I'm going to talk about the Vikings really quickly. Because I don't really have any stake in the game. If Vikings won, cool. Justin Jefferson didn't go off at all.
And they won.
So that means KJ Osborne or CJ, whatever his name is. Dalvin Cook. That's the key. He got hurt. Separated his shoulder.
He popped that bitch and he got hit.
He tough. Get shot up, but he gonna be real gimpy. And he played the Saints, who don't really give up a lot of running yards to running backs. Ooh. But, all joking aside, I hope Dalvin Cook's cool. I hope he'll be all right for next week, not this week. Next week. But regardless, so the Vikings they have a great offense. At some point, it's kind of like you have a boxer on the ropes. We're talking a lot about fighting this week. We talk about Mike Tyson, talk about boxing on the ropes. But, at some point, you got to knock him out. And the Lions, they had chances. They went for it on, 4th and 1 instead of punting, they went for it and they gave him good field possession because nobody had timeouts left. If the Lions got the first down, the game was over.
Yeah.
But they went for it, they missed it, and then boom, Swift getting hurt as well with his ankle. So a lot of running backs so far. We've talked about David Montgomery. We talked about Alvin Kamara already dealing with ribs. Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift. Like, do you have a succession plan? Khalil Herbert stepped up. Jamal Williams got to the end zone again. He's been doing his thing. Mark Ingram kind of do. Oh, bro, him getting flagged for that. So dumb. So dumb.
This is going crazy. So he's like, it was more of a wave, not really a thrust. It was
It's a wave. But overall, good win, good game, good witching hour, man. Undefeated. Witching hour in red zone. If you don't watch red zone, like, what are you doing? Like, and if you don't even care about the whole day, watch like the last like 30 minutes. So like turn on like 3:30. You're gonna see some shit go down. So good one for the Vikings. That's prime time Kirk Cousins right there, that 1 o'clock window. But he in London next week against some boys, so we'll see what he do. But anyway, go talk about the Lions or talk about the game.
Do it again. Nah, it was honestly a whack game. I like what I saw from Dalvin. I will hope that he just popped that bitch back in. Cause he said like, he's like, oh, I've had this for a while now, like it's whatever. So if he's saying it's whatever, like that's like, all right, cool, like he can play with it. I don't want it to like continue to be a thing, because once you dislocate it enough times, it might get stuck right there, and that's like long term for like your health. Like that's not a good thing. But the Lions, they actually, I was gonna say they need more than Amon-Ra, but they low key spread. Jared Goff low key spread the ball around. Like Reynolds got the touches. I know Swift was out, but Jamal Williams got the touches. Like they had a lot of different parts. Hawkinson got a touchdown. I was like, oh, let's go, Hawkinson, let's go. Cause I'm a fan of Hawkinson. So I was like, he got a touchdown. Like, all right, so he's getting the love too. So like there's like Jared Goff. Like it looks like he's only focusing on Amon-Ra. But if you really like watch the game, like you're like, yeah, sure. Like every highlight is Amon-Ra, but yeah, it's like a 5-yard pass here, 10-yard pass here. The explosion plays is all Amon-Ra. He's out here looking like fucking I'm not saying he's the offensive player of the year, but he's looking like second team, first team all pro on like the flex spot. Something like that for the first 3 weeks. Now, can they keep it up?
I was about to say you've been a big fan of consistency.
Can they keep it up? First 3 weeks, solid. They're I think 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. It should be low-key 2 and 1. Low-key should be 3 and 0. Not gonna lie.
Talk about a 3-0 team in a second.
We're gonna talk about a 3-0 team.
Boys looking, oof.
No, a team that should be 3-0 right now. The Ravens, not gonna lie.
All right. So before you go into your diatribe and your little soliloquy, when I said earlier where you guys won by like 9 points, right? It did, the score makes it seem as though it wasn't closer than it actually was.
11
points. Sorry. The score makes it seem as though it wasn't closer than it actually was, because at some point it was 31-26. Patriots were driving. And then your boy Kyle Hamilton, shout out Notre Dame, punched the ball out, forced the fumble. Bum ass Marcus Peters, and then you guys ended up scoring another touchdown and putting the game on ice. So at some point, your defense has to making plays like that.
Yeah. The negativity is not valid, bro. Your team not 2 and 1. Fuck out of here. Now, joke.
Go ahead. Kid.
All right. So there's obviously a lot that we need to work on. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here the coach. My boys caught the dub. So that's honestly all I care about. When we caught the dub from me, like I'm gonna kick you out. I mean, it's my time. Fuck out of it. It's my time. Yo. So Ravens, we did good. We got the dub. Kyle Hamilton from me made up for last week. My man said him. Like Femi Ricky play, you know what I'm saying? Forced fumble. Cause that shit. I ain't know Devontae Parker was like the next generation Manny Moss. Like, bro, fuck what's going on? Cause he's all right, but like 6 catch, like a buck something, bro. A buck 50 plus? Nah. What we doing? We gotta lock in. Mark Henry. That's a Mark Henry. My fault. Think about somebody going with the ass kick. Marcus Peters go to pick, and he got the fumble recovery. Awesome sauce. Marlon Humphrey got a pick in the end zone. Fumble sauce. Our defensive line was solid for the most part. I know Ramondre Stevenson got a touchdown. Damian Harrison got a touchdown. Cool. But in terms of like sacking Mac Jones, like we was like putting pressure on him the entire game. So that was awesome. So if you keep that up, that's awesome. Our back end, I don't know what the hell is going on. But the math is not mathing. We got to lock in. Offense, bro. Yesterday's price is not today's price, man. Yo, Ravens should have paid Lamar the $250 guarantee. They should have. Fully guaranteed. But now, the way he's looking, they might have paid him like $300. Shit, even $500 million. What are you talking about? If he wins the Super Bowl, we gotta pay him $500 million. Not gonna lie. If he wins MVP, wins the Super Bowl, that's more than Mahomes have done in his whole career at this point. Like, yo, stop playing. Anyway, I love what I'm seeing from Mark Andrews. Devin Duvernay, low-key is a touchdown magnet. Every week he's had at least one touchdown, which is we love to see that. I might put him in a parlay, just an odd shot, keep the streak going. I need to see Bateman get the ball more. He had some catches. He had some opportunities to catch, but he had butterfingers. Easy drops. It happens. I know. But I need to see him get the ball more. Some screens here and there because he's fast. Give him like a wide receiver screen, bubble screen. Let him house that shit on some LaVisca Chenault shit. I'm sorry, Natural. Wait, like I had to say that because I had to throw that jab in there. But yeah, bro. We gotta run the ball better. Not gonna lie. We need to run the ball better because JK, I know it's his first game back, and eventually he's gonna get to rhythm, but there's gonna be times when we go to like other places, running the ball, controlling the clock is gonna help win us games. Lamar, he shouldn't have to be running for 100 yards back-to-back games. He shouldn't have to. It's good that he does it. It's great that he does it, but he shouldn't have to do it. Our running backs should definitely do that. You feel me? Cool. But that's what I gotta say. We 2-1. We heading to Buffalo. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. See you guys.
Bro.
Bengals and Jets.
Wait, before you said talk about Bateman really quickly, I made a reaction. I typed it in the comments. The week I don't use him, I put in Gabe Davis thinking he was gonna play and he didn't play. Puts up 20 points. I'm like, all right, cool. You're gonna start this week. Goose egg. Like I love Bateman. He gonna be all right, but like, come on, son. This happens all the time. When you don't play somebody in fantasy, they go off on your bench.
Devontae fucking Smith, bro. Nigga dropped 30, bro. He dropped 30. I lost to the dude Alonzo by like 15, bro. I was so heated. I was like, yo, you're in my bench, bro. I was so tight.
So yeah. So the Jets really quickly, fuck the Jets, I mean, it was a nice little spread parlay for you. He's like, no, let's go Jets. And I'm like, can't co-sign that one on, big dog. Because like I said last week, and they proved it to me. The Jets don't have a pass rush. They don't.
Yeah, that was time for them to do something.
Bro, that non-touchdown catch by T. Higgins,
bro. That was phenomenal.
Bro, probably one of the best plays that didn't count. Like, just so far the year, like one of the best plays that didn't even count. Because bro, that's a touchdown. Literally, like the scintilla of corner at the back of the end zone, 2 feet down. But they say no, he didn't have control. At that point, bro, when you make a great catch like that, you gotta give that a tutty. Gotta give it a tutty. But Bengals, this is what we wanted to see: take care of business against the weak opponents, push them in the mouth, move on. Joe Mixon, though. What's been going on, son? What's been going on, son? I have you in my league, son. What's going on, son? They're not giving you the ball enough. Like, are you hurt? Like, what's going? Like, talk to me so I can put you on my bench. Like, I'll put you on the bench till you get right. But Bengals take care of business. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. That matchup on Thursday we're gonna talk about tomorrow. Spicy. It has the potential to be like Chiefs Chargers a few weeks ago. Spicy stuff. And the Bengals debut in a new out. Woo, you seen
the white Jones, right?
The white John, white helmet with the black, bro. It's gonna be icy. It's gonna be icy and clean. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. But man, good job, Bengals. doing your
That was
thing.
cute. That was cute. Yeah, I have nothing really to add. Honestly, like the defense of the Bengals took care of business. But against Joe Flacco, who turned into Joe Fluco. I know Zach Wilson about to play either this week
Is it
or
confirmed?
next week. One of those. Either if he doesn't play this week, he's gonna definitely come back and play next week. So it's lit. Sauce Gardner though, yo, my son is good. My man is solid. Like he had, like Chase had no catches on him, or probably like one for like negative yards. Like he was out here trying his best to clamp him up. Now Chase got the touchdown, but I looked at the highlight. Like, that's not on him. That was on the safety. The safety wasn't paying. Jordan was not paying attention at all. So Sauce played out of the game. Not gonna lie. But the Bengals, they got Tyler Boyd who got like 100 yards. T. Higgins who had like 80 something yards. Like, bro, they got weapons. Joe Mixon got to get more involved though. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got to add on that. Speaking of weapons, that gotta freaking do something. Raiders, yo, I had y'all in the upset. Y'all lost by 2, bro. I had y'all in the upset. Y'all lost to the Titans, the bum ass Titans. With Ryan Tannehill out here, the funniest thing of that thing, though, not gonna lie, Derrick Henry cannot catch. Bro, his first catch of the game, bro, that went for like 20 yards because he caught it. Bro, my man was like, whoa, what is this? Whoa, like, like he was like, hey, yeah, like on one time, like that's how he was doing, and he got it, and like, he could, but he needs to work on some. He got to do some pass catching drills. You feel me? Either now, practice all season, because that's gonna prolong your use. If you can be a full third down back, pass catching, but sometimes him, Nick Chubb, they suffer from that. Like, yo, fuck all that catching shit. You just get a rock and move out the way. That's the vibe, son. What up, buddy?
What's up, gang?
What up, gang? Can we get another out for the stream? Nah, all right, fuck you too. But yeah, back to the back.
No, I can't move for sure. I definitely can't move.
But yeah, back to the game though. Like I feel like the game was a dud, but the offense of the Raiders they gotta get some because you got so many good weapons for them not to do anything. Now is Derek Carr the problem? Is he the drama? Is Josh McDaniels the drama? You feel me? Because they didn't have shit last year, and they was out here putting up 30 points. All they had was Waller, who was injured half the season, and Renfro. I know Renfro's injured right now. But, like, Hollins should not be your best receiver, statistics-wise, like yards-wise. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league to prove it otherwise. Give him the ball more. He gets a touchdown every game, which is awesome.
Well, it's like the goal line. It's like,
but like he's not like cooking somebody on some like 40-yard touchdown pass. No, he's not doing that.
Yeah.
So him and Carr got to get in sync. Him and Waller got to get in sync. Josh Jacobs got to run the ball better. I don't know. There's a whole lot in
a lot of hoopla,
a whole lot of pandemonium in Raiders country. So,
I mean, I don't really know. I don't care about the AFC like that. You have probably have more stake in this. The Raiders, though, 0-3. They're probably, if you guys like scale of like disappointment, you know, like there's only 3 weeks, you know, things can change or whatever. Raiders are probably the most disappointing team based off expectations, you know, and that goes for life. And like, I'm not trying to get like philosophical or preachy here, but when you have such high expectations and you don't meet them, then you get filled with disappointment. So it's one of those things. It's like, damn, like you were like everyone was like AFC West is going to be the best division in football, and you got the Chargers who are hurt. Like everyone's getting hurt. Like literally, they just lost Slater for the rest of the year, the tackle. And then you got Joey Bosa who just got hurt. You got the Broncos who have a suspect coaching staff. You got the Raiders who just aren't meeting expectations, and you got the Chiefs who sometimes want to get cute and not want to be run the ball, punch people in the mouth. So best divisions in preseason versus actually, that's kind of like, yeah, everyone looks at the season before the season starts and like, oh, my team can win this game. My team can win this game. Oh, they might get struggle against this game. But the Titans were, and this is why I picked the Titans to win the division for this one reason. They were the number 1 seed last year. They somehow won games. They somehow did it, and no one really knows why. At some point, they were like week 16. Holy shit, the Titans could be the number one team in the AFC. But they went out, and they did. They took care of business. It's not pretty. It's kind of like the Steelers, where they win games, and it's not pretty. It looks gross, like 24-22, but they make enough plays. They make better plays than you do. And at some point, you got to respect it. I love Mike Vrabel as a coach. I love Derrick Henry. I don't like Ryan Tannehill, but like, hey, he was doing his thing. So he survives another week. It's kind of like Survivor or Big Brother. Like reality TV is like, you survive another week. Well, let's see if we can duplicate and be more consistent, Titans. Like, come on. Like, I got you in the division. Like, lock in before I fucking cheek out. Next game, don't gotta talk much about it. Philly versus Commanders. Two things. There's two quick takeaways, or at least for me. Carson Wentz is cooked. Carson Wentz is cooked. And Jalen Hurts in that offense for Philly, just damn. Because they don't like it. Jalen Hurts and Lamar have a similar like problem, quote unquote, for the media. Can you throw the ball? Do you have the mechanics to throw the ball down the field? That's what everyone in pundits and media constantly talks about. Lamar's shutting them up. Jalen Hurts is making people into fans. And that offense, man, like again, they're gonna but the teams that they've played haven't been good. Like, I mean, the Vikings are like, we think the Vikings are gonna win the NFC North, but like they play the Lions, who aren't supposed to be good, but they're surprising people. They're frisky. Commanders are dumpster fire, and then next week they play Jacksonville, which is gonna be a sneaky good matchup. But otherwise, it's like, can they be consistent with the good teams, like the Bucks, the Packers, the Saints, whatever, whenever we play them, the Rams, the Niners, et cetera, the teams that like they have that there's a competition with, like eventually we just know that the Commanders are cooked. And we thought the Texans would be the worst team in the league. At least they play hard. At least they try. The Commanders, though, probably the worst team in the league. And they somehow got to win week 1
against Jacksonville, who low key should be 3-0. They earned that. The Commanders should be 0-3. They can put up points, they can put up the yards, but the offensive line is bad. They're not running the ball well. Like, Terry McLaurin just got paid, but he's essentially a non-factor when you go in against Darius Slay and James Bradbury. Like, that's tough. So I credit the matchup more so. Like, circumstance happens. Maybe they bounce back against the Giants. No, not the Giants. Who do they play? Sorry. Sneak peek for tomorrow. They play the Cowboys. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? May fucking be. But it's all about the Eagles. They're undefeated. They're riding high. They pay the Jags. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Moving on, though. Speaking of the Jags, they mollywop the shit out of the Chargers. Now, I'm not going to buy too much into the hype just yet because there's a lot of factors that went in this game. Justin Herbert, low-key shouldn't have played. He looked well in the first half, but as he kept getting hit more and more and more, you saw the discomfort. You saw like it wasn't working. Out. But he's stubborn. He got that dog in him. So he's like, I'm staying in this game. I don't give a fuck. But that's where you got play calling. If you got Austin Eckler has not done nothing yet. He hasn't done anything yet. I mean, this last year we were playing Fortnite. But not getting to the end zone. He tied for the league in touchdowns last year, but yet you getting no touches this year? What's up with that? You got the same staff. Mike Williams had the one. I thought he was going to have a big game because, shit, Keenan Allen is out. He's probably going to come back this week, but he's out. So Joshua Palmer and DeAndre Carter, they're not you. You are him. You just got paid. He had one catch. I think 1 or 2 catches. He had a touchdown, which was a good pass and a good throw. Good catch and a good throw. Other than that, he did nothing. Injuries are piling the hell up for the Chargers. They're acting like the Ravens last year and the 49ers the year before that. Joey Bosa is out. Rashawn Slater.
So however long, we don't know how long.
However long, there's no diagnosis yet. Rashawn Slater out. The center was out for the game. So when you got all these things happening, and J.C. Jackson, I know he's him, but he probably still isn't 100% either. So like bro, the whole team is in shambles right now. They got some bright spots. Asante Samuel's looking pretty good. Couple pass breakups. He's looking pretty good, but it's kind of hard, bro. And the Jags, they're catching fire at the right time. Let's hope they can stay consistent. James Robinson's the RB1, bro. ETN, good pass catcher, but he cannot run the ball like James Robinson can. That man, James Robinson, is a dog. And he's like, yo, I'm undrafted. I got that chip on my shoulder. You first round pick. You was injured last year. Move aside, Rook. Because right now you're a rookie still. Move aside, Rook. It's my team now. So, credit to the Jags. They getting it done. They should be 3-0, low key. Because they defense sold them week 1. They spanked the Colts. And they spanked the Cardinals. I said Cardinals, the Chargers. Now, if they're competitive against the Eagles, we're gonna have to put them some respect on Trevor Lawrence's name. They got a competent coach in Doug Peterson. So I got no complaints.
Ditto. You mentioned it. Damn it, Reno, you never saved me anything. But you mentioned about the Chargers. I think they're gonna get right. Just injuries. They can they sustain the injury bug? You know, they got not a weak opponent because the Texans play hard. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. But I think I'm also scratching my leg. Sorry for a second. I just think that the Jags, man, them and the Lions, man, are fun to watch. It's always good when bad teams, quote unquote, bad teams for so long, like do good and then like showing people that hey, they have a plan, they have something to look forward to. Like the Commanders are bad and they don't have a successful plan.
That's right.
You could tell the Jags are like building something. You could tell the Lions are building something. Even the Texans, you can tell they're trying to build something. No. Commanders just look shot. But credit to Jags, and we're excited for next week. Then we got Rams at Cardinals, and again, I don't know what's going on with Matthew Stafford, man. I don't know. I don't want to start spreading some discontent or some rumors out there, but that elbow looking a little shaky. Like Cooper Kupp got his touchdown. He got a rushing touchdown. That was cool. But like there's some the Falcons like they everyone score. So like last week, they played the Falcons last week and they scored like 30 points or whatever. But it's like it took a while. It took some time to put the Cardinals away. Now again, Cardinals, Kyler Murray, you know. But the fact that, and you might talk about the Cardinal side, I'm gonna talk about the Rams real quick. They're taking care of business. It's not pretty. It's not like last year where they're just like boat racing everybody, and it's like, oh my god, it's glitz and glamour, Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown winner. Oh my god, they're running the ball, they're not turning the ball over, they're not making mistakes, and they take the wins where they can get them. Because eventually, I think Matthew Stafford's gonna get better, hopefully with his elbow, and I think that. They're not going to face the Cardinals again whenever you do face them. I don't know when they face them, but they're going to have the receivers. So get the win now. You got it on the road, which is great. So now they got to come to you whenever that is. So good win to the Rams. They took care of business. They handled what they did what they're supposed to do. They win the game. And they don't get brownie points. They don't get style points. But you get a win in the column. You get another tick in the win column. So good job. That's all I really got. That's all I really got. I ain't gonna lie.
That's all I got for you. Nah, I agree. I feel like there's a lot going on with the Rams. There's a lot of drops for both sides. Like Allen Robinson dropped a touchdown pass, and I was like, God damn, like fuck is going on? Like I know it's gonna take a while for them to get that connection going. But like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was just honestly the whole game was just weird. Aaron Donald got his 100th sack. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. You know, certified Hall of Famer, first ballot. One of the greatest players of our generation. But yeah, bro. It was more of a card like they settled for 4 field goals, bro.
Yeah.
Like those are why you lose games. I'm not saying being aggressive, but like if you're having to settle for field goals because your running backs are dropping like 8 passes, that's not okay. That is not good. Hollywood Brown, bro, he's out here cooking, bro. I wasn't on 100% on Jalen Ramsey, but a lot of them, like a couple of them, was on him. A couple key first downs when they were trying to come back, but the offensive line of the Cardinals is shakes. JJ Watt tried to do some things, but Buda Baker tried to do some things. Byron Murphy tried to do some things, but like at the end of the day, like it's hard when your offense is just giving up is field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. Like, bro, that was a couple touchdowns that they had. James Conner, I don't know where you been. You led the league in rushing touchdowns. Where have you been, sir? Had Chase Edmonds, his departure really like left a hole in that offense? We don't know. And obviously, I'm not gonna judge them too much. I think they're 1-2 right now. I'm not gonna judge them.
It should be 0-3.
Should be 0-3. Should be 0-3. I completely agree with you. I was gonna say the same thing. But like, you can't. I can't judge them until D Hop comes back. Because that's when I feel like that's when they're gonna hit that corner and really like try to save their season, but inevitably come up short.
That's week 6. He's only out for 6 weeks, right?
Yeah. Who they play week 6?
Yeah.
Week 7?
They play week 7, as soon as he comes back. Saints. Thursday night football. So
Lance.
per usual, always, somehow, some way, a person magically heals, like Deshaun Watson. Comes back from suspension, plays the Texans. Week after, plays the Saints. Somehow, some way, magically, teams just find a way to get right, for the Saints, but we're going to take care of business. We're going to put it on their own clamps. On my brawling ass shoulders.
All right, but yeah, so Falcons and Seahawks in a close game. I called this one. I was like, Falcons are going to win. They have a better roster. They have a better roster.
They do.
Gino's like, in terms of quarterback, I'll take Mariota. I'll take Jordan Baker. I'll take my boy Jordan. Shout out to Matt for the joke. I'll take Jordan Baker over Geno Smith. I'll take Cordell Patterson, who I knew he was gonna have a game. My son was cooking. He cooked. He had a good game. 130 yards, a touchdown. Looking like that run he did. One of the runs to seal the game on some kick returns. He was cooking. Kyle Pitts, he didn't get in the end zone, but he had a good game himself. First down, all reliable. That's what the tight end is supposed to be. The security blanket, safety blanket to get the first downs. That's what he did. Yep. AJ Terrell, he got cooked by DK. That was a hell of a catch he did in the end zone. But like, if they gotta win shootouts, they're gonna win shootouts. They can put up points. They did it against the Saints. They did it against the Rams. They did it against the Seahawks. They can put up points. Can they stop people? That remains to be seen. But hey, they played who they played?
The Browns.
They played the Browns. That's a winnable game.
It is winnable. Am I picking them? No.
Am I picking them? We're gonna see tomorrow. Natural says no sneak peek for tomorrow.
Really not.
But you know what I mean? I mean, not sneak peek me neither. The running game, Trevor's gonna eat. That's Adrian Payne. And
that's the key, right? The running game. Seahawks offensive line is still shaky even after Russell Wilson's gone.
Yeah, so
still shaky. They can't run the ball. You want Geno Smith to win the game. You think he has to throw it 30 times? No.
He's a balance.
They would have beat the Broncos week one because they knew Russell Wilson like the back of his hand, and 2, balance. Most teams shouldn't. And really, really quickly going back because you didn't say this. Bills had 90 plays. Josh Allen threw 62.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's a lot. Career high.
No balance, and they lost because they have no balance. You have to have balance in this league. If you don't, you're gonna get screwed. And the Seahawks, they had a chance to come back, and they got screwed because they can't run the ball. And you have to rely on Geno Smith. And in the sentence, I have to rely on Geno Smith. Usually the outcome isn't good. And he threw an interception to end the game. So, boom. It is what it is. Next, supposedly the game of the weekend, but then ended up turning to the actually game of the weekend. Packers at Bucks. And the Packers did exactly what I expected them to do, was win the game. Because at some point, Tom Brady's throwing to Scotty Miller, Cole Beasley, and some other random dudes. The Bucks cannot score at all. And shout out to my coworker Kovacs. I hope he's watching. But If he's not, it is what it is. He's a Packers fan, but obviously he was really interested in this game. And this is what he said. He said the Bucs offense can't do shit. And I noticed it because one, they scored 20 points last week against the Saints. 7 points was a pick six. So technically only 13 points, only 12 points last week, and then week 1, 19. But like 19 points. Like so 19, 13, 12. They are not scoring at all. Like that, something's wrong with their offense, and is it Tom Brady? Is
the
it
line, bro?
Is it the offensive line? That's the key. And can teams take advantage of that? I don't know if the Chiefs can next week, and we're gonna talk about that. That's probably gonna be the game of the weekend. And then like the after Bills Bills Ravens, the next probably best game is probably Chiefs Bucks. Super Bowl preview? No, but that's neither here nor there. Packers side took care of business. I wish Aaron Jones got involved more, but like again, the Bucks have a fantastic ass defense. Like as I talk shit about Brady, and I talk shit about Mike Evans mainly, but I respect the shit out of the Bucks defense. I always have and always will, because they got some dogs on that side, and they just needed Tom Brady to score 14 points or 15 points to win. He couldn't score. Something's wrong. Offensive line. Eventually, that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. So, good job, Packers. And I know I don't sound as energetic about the game because again, I don't care about both teams. I don't like both teams. But if I pick the winner, I pick the Packers to win because I'm like, frankly, as a Saints fan, we need the Bucks to lose. So, yeah. So go Packers, I guess. But they're gonna. I don't know. The Packers and Bucks both look shaky coming. Like I don't feel good about any team leaving this game at all. And you probably might talk about it as well, but I don't feel good about any team after this game. Like I was like, okay, the Packers won, cool, but we knew the Bucks had no offensive line. But go for it.
Both teams are trash, honestly. Yo, Packers, bro. You had the rookies involved. Yeah, the rookie must have got a touchdown, his first touchdown for me. Like it was early. And then what happened? Nothing. Alan Lazar got a touchdown. That was cute. You was right. Aaron Jones needs to be involved, but they need to run the ball more. I know the Bucks have an amazing defense, especially against the run. But you gotta try. You gotta at least try. Make the effort. Now they have an easy schedule for like the next like 4 or 5 weeks. So
the Chiefs.
Huh?
They play the Chiefs next. And
then
the Falcons out. Oh, talking about Packers. Oh, my bad.
Packers have a fairly easy schedule. Packers. So there's definitely winnable games there.
Patriots, then Giants, and then Jets.
They're gonna be winner like favorites in all three of those matchups. What I call an upset. We gonna see. But like the defense solid. Jair, I think he's injured again. This is back-to-back seasons where he's injured, so that's low-key becoming a problem. And hey, I'm a fan, but you gotta be on the field, my brother. He was talking all that hot shit about, I should have been the one marking Justin Jefferson. I should have been the one, but you're not on the field. You gotta get in there. Now, if Mike Evans was playing, I sincerely believe the Bucs win this game.
Probably, yeah.
More than likely. As much hate as you got for Mike Evans. But honestly, the Bucs had it. They could try to get cute with the 2-point conversion because they had all the momentum, honestly. And shout out to both Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady for throwing for 200 yards because your boy won some money. And Cooper Kupp getting a touchdown.
What, 27?
Nah, they're like I think $1.50, $2.
Hold on.
That's in FanDuel, shit. That's money right there. That's rich. That's rich money. But yeah, honestly, both sides look shaky as hell. They're just bad matchups on both sides. But I think over the course of the season, as Aaron Rodgers gets more comfortable with the rookies and the weapons of the Bucs come back, Chris Godwin's still injured, Julio was out, Mike Evans got suspended, so they have to score touchdowns eventually. And maybe it might come against the Chiefs. Poor defense. Poor-ish secondary. Not the poor defense, but we're gonna see. But Sunday night, It was honestly a shit show. I don't even want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it. 49. I'm gonna talk about the 49. I don't even fuck about the Broncos, bro. Bro, if you hold a team to both sides, if you hold a team to 10 point, like 11 points, and you lose a game, that's insane. You give a safety. You're the new Dan Orlovsky, Jimmy G. You're now a living meme for the rest of your life until someone else does it in the inevitable future. Like someone else is gonna do it, and then that's gonna get pressure off of you. So you're Gucci. You have a great defense. You have a good running game. You got Debo. You got Ayuk. Kid who just came back. I hope you still healthy, my brother. You had a good team around you. You got to get the first downs. You got to keep the ball moving. You got to keep the chains moving. You got to get touchdowns. You started off hot, but then you just went super cold. You cannot do that. This was a winnable game. So now you're 1-2. This is a winnable game. You guys are supposed to be tied with the Rams for the lead in the division.
And the Rams coming to
The
town.
Rams is shaky too. The Rams coming to town next week, Monday night. So what you gonna do? Because Aaron Donald is not gonna stop. He's gonna be relentless. So y'all gotta lock in because this is low key make or break. Because y'all's a 2-game lead, and the Rams might fumble a little bit, but if Jimmy G can get right, that's over.
Bro,
So get right.
I know I talked hella shit about the Broncos. I always will. Because I don't like bad clock management. I've been consistent in that. I literally rage every single time. Last night, we would talk about it. I'm pissed off at the Giants because they fucking... Anyway, regardless of the fact. I'm talking about the Broncos here. Broncos escaped with the win. Where Russell Wilson was ass. The team was ass. But the person that they played on the other side was even worse. And here's something to look forward to. Trent Williams. Probably the best left tackle in the game. He's out for an extended period of time. So it's one of those, damn, you don't have a decent, and everyone was saying this, right? Oh, Trey Lance is unproven. Trey Lance is this. JBG can win you games, but he will lose you games as well. And literally, he's a new Dan Orlovsky. We talked about it. We laughed about it. If he didn't step out of bounds, that's a
pick six. That's a pick six.
So it's like they will, and their offense can't do shit. Now the Broncos have a fantastic defense. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. It was a defensive matchup, which I'm always for a great defensive game. Always for it. But when you have 17 punts in a game, 17. Like even the Rams Patriots Super Bowl that happened like a few years ago, yeah, it was 13-3. But I was compelled the whole time because I'm like, who's gonna fuck up? Oh shit! It's like who gonna do this? Oh my god! And like yards were such a premium to come by, but when it's just bad offenses versus bad offenses, like both people just don't want to win the game. Like it's one of those. It should have been a tie kind of thing, but it's 11-10, like a baseball score. For whatever reason, like when a football game is a baseball score off of safeties, off of just bullshit, like, bro. But shout out to the Broncos, man. 2-1. They again, and I'll say this a lot. It's never when you can win. You don't get brownie points for stylish wins. Like for the Bills, the first 2 weeks, blowing the Rams out, blowing the doors off the Titans, right? You don't get brownie points for that, but it makes you feel good. Like, oh shit, like they can take care of business. That offense can be like this, and on your defense, everyone's looking good. When your defense looks great, but your offense is shaky, it's like, damn, and you escape with the win. It's like, yeah, wins is what you care about most in the league, but you don't make me feel good about like the Packers Bucks. We just talked about it. I don't feel good about any team leaving that matchup. And now we're talking about the Rams, the Niners, and Broncos. I don't feel good about any of the teams' long futures. And I had the Niners going pretty far in the playoffs. not winning the division, but had them head to the playoffs. I didn't have the Broncos in the playoffs because I knew I didn't know about Nathaniel Hackett. I didn't know he was trash. But I did not know he was trash, but he's been trash so far. And be baited out. Give Javonte Williams a fucking ball. Give him. Why do you still have Melvin Gordon? Why do you still try to insist on a 2 running back system? You have a better running back. Give the ball to Javonte Williams. Give it to him. That's it. That's all I got to ask. And until they do that, the Broncos are not going to go far. Speaking of giving running backs the ball, last game of the freaking weekend where I lost out on $1,300, bro. So 2 parlays, one on FanDuel, one on DraftKings. I'm not going to read it, but just basically know everything ticked off. On the FanDuel one, everything ticked off. Just needed the Giants to win by more than 4 points. And at some point, they were winning by 7. Fucking choked. Because the Dallas Cowboys woke up. Oh, shit. They're not knocking us out. We can win this. We have a better offense than they do. And their defensive line pressured Daniel Jones every single time he stepped back. Every single time. What surprisingly led to Saquon having one of the best games I've seen him have in a while. Obviously, it's week 3. He's been hurt for the past couple of years. But, man, that burst, I don't know if you've seen the highlights. If you see the highlights, bro,
like a 38-yard
38-yard touchdown run, I was like, damn, he looks fat. And he never really was, like, running as fast as he possibly could. He was just gliding. He was like, holy shit. All right, cool, shiftiness. And that's what you need. And great running back. Zeke looks great. Like, Pollard is still the RB1 in my opinion. He should be RB1 because Pollard looked like amazing. CeeDee Lamb, good. But I'm never betting on the Giants in prime time again. Daniel Jones is now, he's like worse than Kirk Cousins. He's 0-9 in primetime games. 0-9. He is yet to win a Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night game in his career. Never. That's like a damn shame. So, credit to the Cowboys. I guess. I don't like giving credit to the Cowboys, man. But I will say this: their defensive line and Micah Parsons, they're gonna keep them afloat till Dak comes back. Dak's ready. Dak's like, yo, I'm playing. He's like, I'm playing soon. So, hey, man, NFL's great, man, but fuck the Cowboys, fuck the Giants. Prime time. I'm upset. I lost. It was only $11 that I lost. But when you get so close to winning a parlay, and the only thing you need is a team to win,
one thing.
It's like
college football gets me so mad because I'll be so close. I'm like, BYU fucks me up or whatever.
I had Oklahoma.
Wake Forest comes back against Clemson and makes it mad close, man. All right.
Bro, I had last thing, bro. But you can have last like 5 minutes or however long you need to talk about the game. Fucking Oklahoma. I had $2 bet, bro, and like an 8-leg parlay. Everything hit. Would have won 100 cash. Oklahoma won a fucking choke against Kansas State. Fuck college football. Why are we degenerate gamblers? But am I gonna bet again? Of course I am.
Of course.
You gotta be in it to win it, baby. How can we lose when we the who's?
That's a fact. But yeah, this game was just bad. Like honestly, I was like, my head was. I keep it a stack. My head was pounding last night. I didn't watch the game. My personal nurse was like, "Yo, just go to sleep." I was like, "All right, I go to sleep." I went to sleep. Shout out to babe. Went to sleep. Woke up at like 3:00 in the morning. I was like, "Yo, well, who the hell? Like, what the hell happened?" Oh, it was mad close. All right, cool. Like, I honestly didn't care. Like, as long as the Cowboys won to save my freaking, we going like 500. I was like, all right, I'm good with that. There's nothing like DeMarcus Lawrence turned back the clock, but that's just because Evan Neal's looking like a bust right now.
Bro, he was getting cooked.
He got cooked last week against the Panthers. He got cooked again.
Hey, man.
So, but I rather I think if DeMarcus Lawrence cooks, it's not as bad. But if Micah Parsons had cooked, I think it would have like left a lasting impression on the entire team, and they would have smoked the Giants by like 2 scores. Because that's just, I don't know. I feel like certain people, like it's like a Steph Curry 3. It's like it sucks the air out the room type shit. So versus like a dunk is like, oh, okay, cool. A dunk is, but like when certain players make threes in the NBA, it's like, damn, like, fuck are we supposed to do? Like when Steph Curry like runs around the screen and makes a 3, you're like, all right, fuck are we supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
And that just gets the whole team hype. Same thing with Michael Parsons. When he gets a sack, the whole team just elevates because they want to match his energy. And that's awesome. So shout out to the Cowboys. I don't believe I'm saying it, but hey, they getting the dubs. Like again, the preference is like it's not pretty sometimes, but if you get the dubs when you can, especially in a divisional game where it's gonna matter at the end of the season, because right now the Eagles are the team to beat. But hell, we don't know. They had a good 3 weeks, but they might slide. They might hit a slid. They might lose to the Jags. And then if the Cowboys win, boom, like then it's top of the division league. So it's all about perspective. It's all about like, for me, Dak's out, cool. He's gonna come back, maybe against the Rams and get cooked. Who knows? But like, bro, any given Sunday, any given Monday, any given Thursday. And for me, with that said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is week 3 review, recap and analysis show with myself and Natty Bats. Join us tomorrow with my boy Matt, my frat bro. That's my boy. Some Matt in the spot. You know, give us his predictions and his parlays and stuff like that. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be wavy. Shout Utica homecoming this weekend is lit. It's up. It's lit. I'm getting so drunk. It's lit. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, Shabazz. That's Natty Babs in the spot. How can we lose when we the who's? Nah, I'm playing. That was bad. I try to be harmonized with it. I'm my little baby. I'll leave it to him.
I broke Capri Sun. Hold on.
Nah, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm fucking tired. I want to go to bed. But, ladies and gentlemen, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the show. Until then, have a good night and have a good day tomorrow. Peace
out.
It's funny, I know about it. Certain to somebody. Sometimes